Welcome back. In this new video of lesson 16. We will be looking at the data available for project execution, or the baselines. The baselines are very important, and basically we get them after completing the planning step of the project management process. First, we can look at the requirements, the scope, and the WBS baselines. There is the activity list and the description of the activities. There is the schedule baseline. There is the resources baseline, the cost baseline, also called the S-curve, and the budget. And finally, we have the risk management plan. So let's first have a look at the requirements, scope, and the WBS. Once we complete the project, we have the final version of all the baselines. We understand all the requirements, the scope, and the WBS, which have been approved by the project team and the stakeholders. During the project execution, the project manager and the team must ensure that only the approved work is completed. In the case of approved changes, the requirements, scope, and the WBS may be updated. Another element what we have is the activity list and the description of the activity. After completing the decomposition up to task level or activity level, we now know each activity we must complete to complete the project. Each activity has a list or has a description of what must be completed. There are the deliverables, the planned start and finish times, the resources, the costs, and other relevant data. It's important to update the activities description and other parameters following approved changes. Version control is very important, and you must verify that you are working on the correct information before starting to complete the activity, and ensure that the deliverables are completed as intended. We also have a schedule baseline. The schedule baseline is typically the bar or the Gantt chart, which contains the planned start and finish times of all the activities. At the start of the project, the schedule baseline is the Gantt that was approved at the end of the planning step. Changes may lead to adaptations, adjustments of the schedule baseline, but only once the changes have been approved. Unapproved changes should never be represented in the bar or the Gantt chart. Another baseline relates to the resources. We need resources to complete the deliverables. Those resources were identified during the planning step and were allocated to the different activities. Resources can be people, equipment, or materials. The resources baseline provides the overview of the planned resources and their allocation to time and activities. Based on the resources baseline, we can verify how resources are allocated to the activities or not. So during project execution, we will see what resources have been promised and what resources have been allocated to our activities. We must get those resources, although they have been planned and we have a resources baseline. It may be possible that at the beginning we still have to fight to get those resources to work on our project. We also have the cost baseline, the S-curve, and the budget. The cost baseline, we also call it the S-curve because of the form, shows the financial needs over the duration of the project. Based on the cost curve, the budget is allocated. And the cumulative budget or S-curve is also the basis to compare spending during project execution. But we can also use it for schedule reporting. We will see that later when we talk about earned value management parameters. Budget allocation is important to project progress. If we have a budget, if we still have money available, we can work on the project and the activities. Once the budget for that planning period has been exhausted, we must stop the work, and it can happen in some cases, and it can be very frustrating even when you see that you could finish something quickly, or the customer may wonder why you stopped working on the project. The risk management plan is also very important because the approved risk management plan at the end of the planning step provides the initial overview of possible risks and the measures that can be taken. Remember, when I talk about risks in the context of project management, we look at threats and opportunities. The plan provides clear instructions related to the risk management process during execution. The planned risk responses are ready to be implemented when necessary. So that was an overview of all the different baselines that we have, all the information we obtain after the planning step, and that we will use at the start of the project. They may be changed later, but the baselines, the initial baselines, are our initial guidelines to complete the project. So that was it for this video. Let's continue with the next video. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Bye-bye.